indie VTubers can honestly be full of surprises. While it's easy for someone in an agency who's actively promoting and marketing them to get them successful, it's much harder for a VTuber on their own to reach those same heights. But today's subject managed to do just that. Though the question arises, was it something she gained on her own, or did other factors contribute to it? While she easily had a charm and personality that kept viewers coming back, there's a massive elephant in the room about this VTuber that might explain so much more. What do I mean by that? Find out as we take a look at today's VTuber, Kson. But before we get started, it's that time again for me to be a shill to appease Algorithm Senpai. So if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts on Kson below, and subscribe along with hitting that notification bell so that you know when the next guy drops into your lap. Now with all that out of the way, hello everyone, I'm the Shades, and this is a VTuber's Guide to Vtubers. This wild woman is here to bring the laughs, and she's not afraid to go all out to do so. The chaotic nature of this VTuber is something unforgettable, especially because of just how familiar it feels. First, let's talk designs, and yes, multiple designs. Originally, she had a 3D model with her black hair tied up in the back, her glasses, and her black outfit with a red trim, as well as a red patterned skirt. But last year, she actually had an upgrade to a full live 2D model, now sporting a long half black, half white jacket with gold trim and pants to match, adding some pink along with some sakura petals, and her katana, which is in a pink sheath. She also has a white wrap for her top, leaving her midriff and shoulders plenty exposed. She's also often seen in this form squatting down, looking like a female Yakuza gangster. And once again, I get to break my no IRL rule, since she actually does IRL streams, her being an avid cosplayer, doing several streams in different cosplays as well, like Tifa from Final Fantasy VII and Bayonetta. She's even made an outfit based on her 3D model, and has worn it to conventions to meet fans. And I even found a cosplay of her 2D model recently myself. As far as her live 2D model, credit to Yaman for her design and Kanbutsu Himono for her live 2D modeling. But mentioning Yaman is where I have to address the aforementioned elephant in the room. See, Yaman is an artist I've mentioned once before, having done work for a particular VTuber who has been found to be uncannily similar to Kson on numerous levels. See, it's strongly believed by many, and partially by myself, that Kson is actually the IRL identity of former Hololive talent, my gal, Kiryu Coco. I even briefly mentioned this when I did my tribute to Coco last year. I'm aware of another channel where she possibly streams IRL, but that's not the point. But at the time, she really hadn't been super well known, so I didn't feel the need to call it out specifically. I'd only seen clips of her from those who claimed it was her, but not enough to verify for sure. But since Coco left, Kson has kicked things into overdrive, to the point even I could no longer ignore it. This is the first clue that seems to link the two, that Kson took off right after Coco graduated. But it is far from the only connection. For one, the two both have an eerily similar accent to their voice.
Good morning, motherfuckers. It means good morning, my fans, motherfuckers.
Both also have a rather chaotic personality, though Kson is able to go much further, obviously. They've even done similar types of shows, like a morning show parody and Reddit meme reviews. Oh, and while the name of her morning show, GMMF, is meant to be Good Morning My Fans, you know that was a reference to something else.
Good morning, motherfuckers.
Both can speak Japanese and English pretty fluently to boot. Hell, Kson has even tweeted out similar messages as Coco. As my buddy Mildred the Monk puts it best, once is an anomaly, twice is a coincidence, thrice is a pattern. And we're way past 3 similarities already. Now, it's never been officially confirmed by either Kson or Covercore that she was Coco, as obviously there's likely an NDA or something similar preventing that kind of thing. Plus, as I mentioned, Coco's departure was undoubtedly due in part to the Taiwan controversy I mentioned in my Coco tribute, so I doubt she'd want to risk admitting they're the same person. That being said, it's not like the Chinese aunties haven't already been made aware of this. When Kson was announced for an appearance on a game show thing by company Playism, the aunties struck again, demanding she be removed from the event, which they eventually were forced to do, which then angered everybody else. While it seems they're leaving her alone on her own streams, I imagine we've not seen the last of these assholes who just can't leave well enough alone. But until I see any reason to speak up, I'll leave it at that. No need to keep feeding a bunch of troll haters who have nothing better to do with their pathetic lives. Moving on. So yeah, given Kson didn't really dispute why they were after her and just moved on quietly, it's only added to the idea that she is in fact Coco. I want to stress this again, nothing has been officially confirmed and likely never will be. That said, she has implied the connection might be true, as she discussed how she used her 3D model for auditions for a famous VTuber company, and that she doesn't belong to any agency now.
大光ちゃんのモデルを使って、その当時ね、有名だった、企業さんのVTuber 企業さんのオーディションの動画を作ったんです。実は受けたんですよ、私。まあ結果はね、皆さんご存知の通り、今私がここにいるんでね。まあどうだったかっていうのがわかると思うんですけど、まあでも今はこうやって一人でやってるから、つまりね、どこにも所属はしてないんですけども。
It's pretty clear that she knows we've made the connection, and while she can't outright confirm it 100% due to her contract, she's made it clear as best she can that we're not truly mistaken on it either. And to be fair, I know there are other VTubers, especially members of HoloLive, who have an IRL persona on YouTube. Won't say who, as I'm a man of my word, but let's just say it's not too hard to find out who some of these girls are. I legit stumbled across one of them in my recommended feed without even me trying to search for it. It's that easy to find them. That's also how I came across Kson, as some had already been making this connection long before Coco had ever graduated. But let's get to Kson proper. I pretty much covered much of her personality already. She can be quite chaotic, dropping swears left and right. And unlike her supposed counterpart, she's able to take it much further. Also, I need to make a correction to Coco, while I'm mentioning it anyway. I said in my tribute that Coco doesn't go full lewd, and well, that was kinda true. It's not like Coco didn't bring up lewd topics from time to time. Hell, the first time I mentioned her in my VTuber soapbox, I showed just that, making me question why I didn't bring that back up in the first place.
Can I get Kiryu Coco feet compilation? What the fuck is a feet compilation? The only compilation I know from X videos is a cream pie compilation.
But Kson, while also not going full Hosho Marine level lewd, is more than willing to get a little dirty. A while back, she actually collabed with VShojo's own Project Melody for a meme review. Except, it wasn't on YouTube or on Twitch. No. For this meme review, they decided to run it at Melody's other home. And let's just say Mel was left quite satisfied by the end.
And I know another secret that you guys don't know, and it's down here.
As far as types of streams, of course game streams, chat streams, and karaoke streams are the norm. I also mentioned the meme reviews and her morning show. Her other two things are her cosplay streams, where she occasionally works on making cosplays, and more recently, she's been doing streams where she works on building Gundam model kits, or Gunplas for those in the know. As for the games she plays, it's all over the place. She has a knack for horror games, but she can also occasionally play the usual hits, having played Minecraft on several different servers. And the Coco comparisons continue, as one of her other favorites is Ark Survival Evolved, which I mentioned Coco made very popular back in HoloLive. Her biggest game of note was Ark Survival Evolved, where she made her own HoloLive PvE server and convinced most of the other girls to join in. And of course, as I've said before, anyone who's playing Undertale is a winner in my book. As far as her singing goes, much like her supposed HoloLive counterpart, singing is not her strong suit. But she's clearly having fun with it, and she seems to know her limits. She actually sings more American songs than Japanese these days, and loves singing some meme songs when she can. Yes, this Socho has rickrolled.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
And if I hadn't made enough connections to Coco already, she sung one of Coco's favorite meme songs from one of her favorite games. Look, I'm sorry, I don't want to keep making the comparison, but it's right there! While Kson's own charm has clearly kept fans coming back, there is no question in my mind that her recent surge in growth had to have come from people connecting her to Kiryu Coco. When Coco graduated, it was a massive loss, leaving a massive hole in the hearts of VTuber fans everywhere. In fact, as I've been doing more research on VTubers, I've come to realize just how influential Coco was and why her graduation was given such grandeur. It was Coco who bridged the gap to Western audiences. Hell, Coco was the one who helped Hollow EN to exist in the first place. Losing her the way we did was far more devastating than even I realized. So to hear that there's someone who is likely to be her back again and independent so she can be free to really cut loose just made her old fans flock to Kson in droves. This has also allowed her to work with tons of other VTubers. It's not like Hololive isn't allowed to work outside their agency, but now it's easier to just work with whoever she wants without having it approved first. She's frequently collaborated with past feature Amano Pikami, several members of the shoujo, even playing in their Minecraft server for a bit, and of course she's appeared elsewhere, like joining those like Nux Taku and the Trash Taste podcast. As far as Kson working with Hololive, nothing's happened yet on that front, but it does seem that the option might still be available.
Do you have plans to collab with Hachama? I don't have plans, but I'm willing to. Anytime. ケイソンさんとコラボする予定はありますか？予定はないけど、する気はあります。
Bottom line, Kson's success, whether it be because of her own hard work and charm, or because of her connections to another, is certainly well-earned. With a fun design, a chaotic personality, and more heart than many streamers out there combined, even if, despite all evidence to the contrary, this isn't Coco, she's more than filled a void in the hearts of many VTuber fans out there, and that cannot be denied. I can more than recommend her work if you just want to see how much fun an indie VTuber with the style of a mainstream Japanese VTuber would look like. And given she can speak both English and Japanese, you should have no problem jumping right on in. You can find links to Kson's work in that big old info box below, so check her out and see if this is one gangster you want to roll with. Then let me know what other VTubers you want me to check out in the future. For the next video, I think it's back to the shoujo, because given recent events, one VTuber has become the talk of the town, and I need a strike while the iron is still somewhat warm. Time to give this little devil their due, I'd say. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me this time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Shades, and we'll see you next time. Rock on!